Dear colleagues, we are going to start the next press briefing in 2 hours and now about the situation in Ukraine and the news regarding the activities, missions, latest activities and security situation in Ukraine. We are going to listen to hear that from the Michael Bichurkiv, OSCE Special Military Mission in Ukraine spokesman, and his colleague Artiku Apekanda.
Michael Buturkiv, the mission spokesman, who will debrief on the general security situation in Ukraine and on the recent activities of the mission to Ukraine. Without any further ado.
Доброго дня, друзі. Thank you, colleagues, media colleagues, for coming today. So we'll have a brief statement by Ambassador Apakan, and then we'll move on to some questions and answers. Ambassador.
Dear friends, dear colleagues, I'm pleased to be here once again to update you on the work of the OSCE SMM. In this respect, I will start to speak a little bit about MH17. We are pleased to inform you that for the 5th day in a row, our monitors accompanied Dutch experts and emergency workers to the crash site of MH17. Some 4 months after MH17 tragic event took place in eastern Ukraine, in the midst of a conflict zone, crucial debris and evidence is being collected for transfer back to Netherlands. Of course, this starts with the reintegration of bodies and dear victims. The current efforts are the result of talks undertaken by the mission. SMM is operating on the basis of a mandate which has been approved by 57 participating states. We are also operating in Ukraine with the consent of Ukrainian government since March. We are in the process of expansion. At the moment, we are nearly 300, and we are expanding to 500 monitors by the new year. More than half of that number, about 350 monitors, will be in the eastern Ukraine. Currently, we have, I will repeat, 300 monitors in 10 locations throughout the country from more than 40 participating states. All participating states are entitled to propose monitors to the mission. However, currently, no country is represented more than 10%. Our monitors have a mix of valuable skills and many with rich experience from previous missions and conflicts. Most of them have served in different countries operating under OSCE mandate. We are also benefiting from the skills and dedication of well over 150 Ukrainian national staff, many of whom serve in advisory positions, and many of whom are also working under very trying circumstances. SMM monitors operating often in dangerous and perilous environments. On a daily basis, they are monitoring the situation to establish the facts and report in an impartial, accurate manner. Since the start of the mission, we have published almost 200 daily reports, in addition to weekly reports, spot reports, and thematic reports. Let me say that I am particularly proud of our monitors. Really, they are brave and courageous people. But they need safe and unfettered access. They need armored vehicles, and on that point, I have to say that we are grateful to President Poroshenko and the government of Ukraine for their generous donation of 10 armored vehicles. I also thank the United Kingdom for their in-kind donation of 10 armored vehicles as well. The armored vehicles will greatly enhance the access of our monitors, contribute to their safety and the important work of SMM in a crucial phase of its expansion. We continue to upgrade the mission security and operational capacities and to expand the mission in order to support the implementation of our mandate. I would like to inform you that tomorrow I will be traveling to eastern Ukraine to meet with officials, members of civil society, and residents of some of the hardest hit areas of the conflict. The impact of this conflict on innocent civilians is one of the aspects which we are constantly monitoring. Clearly, there has been too much, unfortunately, to our regret, bloodshed, too much death and injury, and too much displacement. We are also very much concerned with the increasing number of internally displaced persons. As winter takes hold, we want to voice our concern about these vulnerable groups caught within the conflict zone, as well as the hundreds of thousands displaced throughout Ukraine. Particularly, most of the displaced persons are elderly women, and children. SMM represents the OSCE's contribution towards the peaceful resolution of the crisis in Ukraine. And we will continue with our work for dialogue and facilitation. We will also increase our capacity for reach out. We will be speaking more frequently to the different segments of civil society. We will do our best in order to helpful to civil society and also empowerment of civil society, almost to all segments of the society. We will, of course, continue to cooperate with the authorities of Ukraine. In that respect, be sure that we are supporting the Minsk Protocol, and we are also supporting President Poroshenko's peace plan. And we will do our best in order to achieve the implementation of Minsk Protocol and this peace plan. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ambassador. We're happy to take some questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abakan. We have questions from here.
Інтерфакс Україна, Ігор Соловей.
Україна, Ігор Соловей. I would like to clarify on the last message of SMM on the group of monitors were shelled by unknown militants. Can you say something about this accident? What was your impression? Was it a planned action or probably misunderstanding? And why this incident was not the headquarter, ATO headquarter, was not informed about this, as Mr. Andrei Lysenko, a spokesman, told us this morning.
Well, as far as I know, as I understand, it seems to me that this is a isolated action, and it's an individual action. And as far as I know, we are cooperating with the Ukrainian authorities, and the Ukrainian authorities are going to examine the situation, investigate this situation, and be sure that we will do our best in order to cooperate with the Ukrainian authorities on this issue.
Malcolm, do you want to add something?
Sure. I'll just add to add to what Ambassador Apakan said is that he underlined the need for unfettered and safe access. And I think also, as you might imagine, we got many calls on this morning, that it does show that the security preparations that we've been taking in the SMM, the armored vehicles, the body armor, that sort of thing, the colleagues left the scene immediately as soon as the first sign of trouble. All of that work to keep them safe and to de-escalate the situation. But again, it's very early days, and you know, more information will come in hopefully as time goes on. But all sides need to be reminded of the imperative need for unfettered and safe access for our monitoring teams.
Well, I do agree with Michael. The safety and security of our team is critical and it's important. I have already made this point. But what I am saying concerning your individual question, it seems to me that this is an individual case and a case, isolated case, and I know that Ukrainian authorities will carry out some type of examination about this incident, and we will be cooperating with them.
We have one more question.
You asked me the final spot report. My reply regards with the final spot report.
From Radio of Liberty.
Bogdana Kostyuk, Radio Liberty. There are various publications in the Western media about human trafficking at the east of Ukraine. Do you have some facts? Thank you.
We are following the case, but also I know that there is in Vienna, in the headquarters of OSCE, another department that is taking care of human trafficking, and we are cooperating with them. Be sure that there will be more intensified attention on this topic. Thank you.
Артем Сорокин, телеканал СТБ.
Channel. Excuse me, I would like to have more details on this incident, because this is a very grave commitment that Ukrainian military men convicted in shelling of OSCE monitors. Are there any evidence why OSCE decided that it was Ukrainian side, Ukrainian militaries that shelled the convoy? Thank you.
Dear colleague, I have nothing to add because the report speaks about itself. But as a follow-up to the report, I made the following points, which I have just expressed to you, but you may add.
And again, you'll notice in the spot report, we're very clear not to assign any identification or blame at the moment. The details are still very sketchy. Again, the ambassador made the point that we'll be cooperating with Ukrainian authorities to look into this, and yeah, in coming days, maybe we'll have more to say.
We have a question from here.
Nick Shitko with the Wall Street Journal. Just a quick about another incident happened on November 18. So you guys say in a report, you say that on the way back from Perevalsk, SMM was stopped in the expectation of further command. A warning shot was fired by the CP staff in the direction of OSCE car. So I was just wondering who controlled the CP? Was it Ukrainian government forces or were there separatists? And could you tell us a little bit more about that incident? Is it also, is the investigation ongoing from the Ukrainian side? Did you report about that? Thank you.
Well, Michael will detail our answer, but I should say that the two separate incidents took place, and they were on our reports. But they are isolated things. There is no collective action or systematic thing about these issues. I am underlining they were action in isolation. So we are looking at both issues, and we are cooperating with the Ukrainian authorities, and Ukrainian authorities are helping us to investigate this issue more.
And just to refresh everyone's memories, and pretty much what we had in our daily report of 18th of November 19th of November, but events of 18th of November is pretty much what we have to say. But we did report that when colleagues were stopped at a checkpoint, that there was a warning shot fired by checkpoint staff. It was in the direction of the vehicle, but no one was, the vehicle was not hit, no one was injured. But once again, these are, as Ambassador pointed out, these are isolated incidents. There's no trend or pattern. And expectation, of course, is that authorities people on all sides need to take these incidents seriously in order for us to have that unfettered and safe access.
Thank you for the clarification. So the checkpoint was controlled by Ukrainian forces. Do I get it right?
Well, and we reported that that incident was at a checkpoint controlled by Ukrainian forces located at the entrance to a bridge on the northeastern outskirts of Debaltseve. But again, I don't want to elaborate any further, more than what is in the daily report, because usually, when we write something, it's double-checked, triple-checked, and if we have more to say on that when as information comes in, we will share it with you.
So we can say that you don't know exactly who controlled the checkpoint at this point, right?
I don't want to say any further until we get more. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
Yes, from Swedish Radio. In what kind of a situation would you be able to identify the unidentified military that is moving around in the area that you're supposed to observe? In your reports, the report says there is white straps on this incident that you mentioned, and you also said that you saw columns of military vehicles before. Is it possible at all for you to say it's Russian or it's not Russian, or is it prevented by the fact that Russia is a member of OSCE?
Well, thank you for the question. I mean, our reports is being prepared by the team in the region. So it's the judgment of the team and observation of the team. It's not an individual observation, it's a collective observation. And of course, we are cooperating with them. They are checking and again. But whatever we write in the report is the real, factual situation. So whatever we see, we reflect it on the report. But it has to be evidenced. It has to be seen not by one person. It has to be a collective observation of the team. Whenever they establish the fact, they prepare the report and we distributed it. So there's no sanitizing or any other type of intervention about the reports. This is about reports. Whatever you have seen are the mere reflection of the reality which has been established by our teams.
But is it true that maybe you don't have the mandate to establish a fact, like who is the soldier that you see, if you cannot stop the vehicle or check anything?
my mandate is giving the task to us to establish the fact. If we establish the fact, we will write on it, on the report.
We will have one
There is
follow-up.
no limitation from the mandate. Mandate speaks for itself. It's so clear.
Хотілося, щоб уточнити впродовж.
Would like to clarify in continuation of this issue on the staffing of monitoring missions. Expert Timchuk reports that we have Russian diplomat Likhachov among the monitors. Is it true that this person is really there among the monitors?
I don't want to speak about persons and individuals here. Our monitors are an integral part of our mission. We are working collectively, so there's no discrimination among our monitors. We are one team composed of representatives and observers from 40 countries. Of course, we have Russians, we have with great majority Europeans, we have Canadians, we have US, we have Turkish monitors. So it's a collective mission, and we are working together for the same purpose: peace, stability, and de-escalation of Ukraine. Thank you.
And as kind of extension of that, you know, there's been a lot of reporting done over the past few days. Many of it, I'm a former journalist, and I don't mind saying this, I think much of it has not been very accurate. A lot of it based on rumors, not on facts. And we've been working here for quite some time now. I think everyone has our coordinates. We're available 24/7. In fact, we were doing interviews 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. So the minimum expectation, at least from my side, is that people do call to get some kind of reaction or comment, to put out a report, like some media outlets have done, and not even to bother to call us for a response or to check our daily reports, which are freely available online, is not the standards of practice I think we all want to adhere to. So I do hope that we do hear from you the next time these allegations, any sorts of allegations come up concerning us, because accuracy is so important right now in a conflict that is becoming very, very complex. Thank you. I think that's.
Thank you, Ambassador Abakan. Thank you, Michael, for coming up here and speaking facts directly.
Thank you. I'm thanking to the colleagues, also to you, for enabling us to have this press conference with our distinguished colleagues. I'm thanking them for their questions and hope to see them soon.
And we hope to host you on a regular basis. Thank you so much. Наш наступний брифінг за декілька хвилин. Дякую.
Next briefing is in several minutes. Thank you.